All right, we're back to talk about Utah again. We got some more news regarding their name and also possible logos that they might use next season. So, of course, recently we did do a video talking about how the Utah Yeti trademark was denied. And in that video, I was saying it looks like it's possible that they might be able to get around that trademark. They just need to work with that Yeti cooler brand. Well, just I think either a day or two after I recorded that, it was rejected, completely rejected. The Utah cooler brand did not want to work with them. I did end up making a short about that, but if you guys missed it, basically after the Yeti name was rejected, they decided to do another round of voting, this time only in person, only in the arena for the next 4 home games. And with those team names, you could either choose between the Utah Hockey Club, the Utah Mammoth, or the Utah Wasatch. I think that's how you pronounce it correctly. Either way, it doesn't matter because after just one home game, they realized no one really wants that team name, so they decided to replace that, the Wasatch name, with Utah Outlaws. So you can now choose between the Utah Outlaws, Mammoth, and Hockey Club. Those 4 home games are almost up. Tonight is the last night that fans will be able to vote on it, and they're not just voting on the team name, they're voting on a logo as well. Now, this was all kind of kept under lock and key for a couple of games there until yesterday, where it was leaked out on what the logos look like. So that brings us to today, where we're going to take a look at those leaked logos, as well as the uniforms, because they do have some uniforms with it, but it's basically just their current uniforms with the logo slapped on the front. Before we do go ahead and take a look at all that though, if you're new to the channel and you like hockey jersey content, please make sure to subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Okay, so here is the graphic. Now, this one is from sportslogos.net. They cleaned it up a little bit because the graphic that we got was super low res and like the team names and the logos weren't really matching. It didn't really look that great. So Sports Logos did a good job cleaning it up a little bit and actually pairing up the team name and the team logo. But let's go one by one here, starting off with the Utah Mammoth. This is the team name that I think everybody wants since Yeti is no longer available. It is probably the best out of the bunch, but I still like Outlaws. I think Outlaws does have some potential. But with the logo, I think it's fine. It's not an amazing looking logo, but I think it gets the job done. And these are also not like 100% completed. They are just mock-ups, so it's possible it changes a little bit, or maybe it changes a ton. Who really knows? If they do decide to go with this logo here and they don't make any changes, I think, whatever. It's okay. I know some people right now are really clowning on these logos. They're saying they're out of like EA Sports and it just looks really, really bad. For myself, it's just meh. It's all right. I think in a few years' time, people will come around to it and they'll say, it's an okay looking logo and kind of leave it at that. I don't think too many people, if they use this specific logo, are going to say it's amazing. But yeah, I think people will get used to it. And I feel like that's usually the case. You don't even have to look that far back. I remember people really hating on the Kraken logo. Now it's an okay logo. I think most people would say, yeah, it's fine. The uniform is where these logos really do lose me, honestly, specifically with the Mammoth one here. I think it looks okay. And I do like this color scheme for Utah, but I think they kind of had it in mind with the Yeti. This color scheme does work with the Yeti. With Mammoth, I think they need to add another color in there like brown. I think just a little bit of brown I think would really go a long way here, and I would prefer them not to use black as the main color of the jersey. I would like if they switched it up a little bit, but yeah, like I don't know. I think it looks okay for the color scheme, but I would prefer probably something else. And I know that's not really going to happen because they said that they like this color scheme. They like that fans have kind of connected with it. But yeah, I feel like the color scheme really depends on the team name and the logo. And I just don't think it overly fits with the Mammoth here. Let's go on to our next one, and that is the Outlaws. Kind of has the same issues. I mean, I feel like these all do. The logo, I do feel like is probably the worst out of the bunch. It does feel very kind of stock image slash EA Sports, creative team vibe. It really does kind of have that feeling, and I especially do not like this logo on the jersey there. I feel like it just does not work at all in that color scheme. I really feel like with Outlaws, you kind of need some green in there, at least, that's kind of the way that I feel, but just looking at the logo on that jersey, it just does not work well in my mind. I really feel like if they decide to go Outlaws, first of all, they need a completely different logo. They need to upgrade that quite a bit, but they also need a brand new color scheme, like completely overhaul that aspect. Because yeah, the color scheme just does not work with the name Utah Outlaws. I just don't think it looks good at all. And I know that they just put these logos on their current jerseys to give the fans something to look at, to kind of envision what the jerseys could look like. But I really hope that they don't stick with this color scheme. They have said that they want to, and I'm hoping that with the revelation that they cannot use that Yeti name, they decide, okay, maybe we don't have to stick with this color scheme. Maybe we can branch out a little bit. And our final one is the Utah Hockey Club. Obviously, that team name is a non-option. I've talked about how much I really hate that thing. The logo, on the other hand, that is where it gets a little bit interesting. So that logo there, it looks like a Sasquatch type creature. And when I was reading up about the Wasatch, which is that team name that got rejected, the Wasatch is a mountain range in Utah. And I guess, I don't know if this is like an actual thing that, you know, is around the community of, you know, the Utahns. I don't know if that's what they are called, but anyways, they were saying that there was a mythical creature in the Wasatch that I guess maybe was called the Wasatch. Anyways, I assume that that is kind of what it's based on, some sort of Bigfoot-esque creature, something like that. So I assume when they had the Wasatch in mind, this was the logo that they were planning on using. And I think honestly, it's kind of a cool one because yeah, it does have that kind of Bigfoot-esque creature on it, but also the top of the head is a mountain range. And also on that right side is the Utah outline. Like that is actually kind of cool. It's pretty neat. It also, you know, it incorporates the mountain range and that creature, that mythological creature, all into one, and I think it looks pretty good. So honestly, like as a shoulder patch even, that would be a really cool logo if they decided to use the Mammoth as the team name and that as a shoulder patch. I think that would be awesome. I'd be down with that. I don't really think they are going to do that. It wouldn't really fit the Mammoth theme, but I really would not mind if they use that logo in some capacity, or hey, maybe even use just the top half of that and make the face the Mammoth, like basically combine the two logos. That could be cool. So apparently someone already had that idea. Their name is Sad Perspective 4702 on Reddit. This is what it would look like. It looks okay, not too bad, not as great as I initially kind of thought of in my mind. They did also make another version where it kind of keeps all of the woolly hair in the back. That looks a little bit better, I would say, where it does still have the mountain up top. It does replace the kind of Utah-shaped ear sort of thing that I really liked a lot, but yeah, I think honestly that does look a little bit better than the one with the Utah ear. It just doesn't quite work as well as I initially thought, so I think just the mountain up top would look pretty cool. Either way, I don't really think that they are going to use that logo though, just because of the fact that, yeah, the Utah Hockey Club name, I don't even think that fans are voting for it. I think that it's pretty much a non-option, and if I did have to rank the team names themselves, Outlaws I think is my favorite. I think I would go with that, then the Mammoth, but they're really close. Like honestly, if they go either way, I think I would be fine with that. The hockey club, like I said, Utah Hockey Club, non-option. They cannot use that. It would be a disaster in my opinion, just really, really bad. In terms of the logo though, it's a complete opposite for me. It's the Utah Hockey Club logo, the Mammoth logo, and then the Outlaws logo. So yeah, I'm honestly a little bit whelmed with these choices here. I really hope that, you know, these are just, you know, mock-ups. They're not final designs, which, you know, I'm like 99% sure. I think that they will put a little bit more effort into whatever one wins. And especially with the jerseys, that is where I'm most nervous because, yeah, I really don't think these jerseys fit any of these logos at all. So, yeah, we'll kind of have to wait and see. But I wanted to go ahead and kind of talk about these because it's very, very interesting. You know, always Utah news is super interesting. I'm not quite too sure if they'll announce, you know, who is the winner, or they're probably saving that until after the season. I would assume so. I know they at least said that a couple of months ago, but, you know, things have changed quite a bit since then. So who knows what they do. But yeah, that is going to do it for me. I would love to know what you guys think. Which one is your favorite in terms of the logo and in terms of the team name? Are they different like mine? Or are they kind of the exact same? And how do you feel about the color schemes as well? Yeah, I would love to hear it in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and follow me on all my social medias. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.